Good afternoon, Honors Math 1 at Shasta High School. This is Mr. Roberts, and today I'm going to be looking at section 5.2.1 with you. It says, how can I describe a sequence, generating and investigating sequences? So this is due at the end of the period, so please make sure you kind of go through this quickly, write down the things that are required, and be ready to hand this in to Mr. Daisy. So, question 41 says Samantha was thinking about George and Lenny and their rabbits. Whoa. When she listed the number of rabbits George and Lenny could have at the end of each month, she ended up with the ordered list below called a sequence. So, first of all, that's vocabulary, right? And we've just introduced this new idea. An ordered list is called a sequence. And in this ordered list, we have things that are called terms. And for example, this is the first term. There's a second term, a third term, a fourth term, and etc. And it's kind of it's not dissimilar to yesterday when we would look at the ball bounce, right? We can have the first bounce, second bounce, third bounce. So there are term numbers, and there's a value for each one of the terms. So it says she realized that she could represent this situation using a sequence generating machine that would generate the number of rabbits each month by doing something to the previous month's number of rabbits. She tested her generator by putting in a first term of 6, and she recorded the output before putting it into the next machine. Below is a diagram she used to explain her idea to her teammates. So, um, yeah, this is definitely an exciting adventure here, but she's taking the value of 6, it goes into the machine, and you can see it spits out 18. 18 is input back into the machine, and it spits out 54. 54 goes into the machine, and it spits out 162. And you could keep doing this forever, right? 162 goes into the machine, etc. So what does Samantha's sequence generator seem to be doing to each one of the inputs? And I'm sure you guys can think about that and write that down right here. Make sure you're writing a complete sentence. And I'm just going to move on past that because I trust you guys will just find that as a group. If you need to, pause as a group and discuss that. Next, what are the next two terms of Samantha's sequence? So if we were to extend it and look at not just the first, second, third, fourth, but if we were to look at the fifth and the sixth term, what would be those? And show how you got your answer. And then finally, Samantha decided to use the same sequence generator, but this time she started with the first term of 4. What are the next 4 terms of this new sequence? So the sequence, it's two things, right? It's what the sequence generator is doing to a term to get the next term, but it's also a matter of where it starts. So when you start this sequence at 4, it's going to be radically different than when you start it with 6. So it's the same sequence generator, but this time instead of beginning with 6, we're going with 4. So go ahead and finish off this. Make sure you guys discuss this and you're in agreement before you go on to the next question.